Hi everyone! Today we will learn how to do some poses with blocks. So grab a mat and your blocks and join me. So let's start by sitting on the mat, and we will start with cow pose. So for this pose, you will need to sit on 1 or 2 blocks. I will demonstrate with only 1 block. So put your block in the direction you prefer. I will choose this. So short side, turn to the side of the mat, and I will just sit on my block. And for cow, I will have, let's start with the right leg down, and I will have the left leg on top. So I'm stacking my knees, and we can see here that I have more space to stack my knees because I'm sitting on the block. I will turn this way so you can see. I'm placing one leg, this is the right leg, on the mat, and if you want you can keep the left knee up, but maybe if you can, just stack your left knee over the right knee. You can adjust yourself on your block. You can use a pillow if you don't have blocks, and just stay here. Grab your feet, and this is cow pose. And of course, we can do the arms too. So we will lift the right arm, place the right hand in the middle, in between the shoulder blades, and just grab the shirt like this, or maybe you can grab your other hand, and this is cow pose. Let's do the other side. So same, I will place one knee down, this is the left knee, adjust the knee so it's in the middle, and just stack the other knee over, and this is cow pose. So easier to do because you're not seated on the mat and you have more space for your hips, and you can also keep your leg up, and we can bend one elbow and place the hand behind between the shoulder blades, and also you can bend your right elbow and try to catch your hands behind your back and stay like this. Let's try another pose. This time we will try a lizard pose with blocks. So for lizard, I will start in a tabletop position. I will place my hands on my blocks. So this is a tabletop position, and I will place my right foot outside the right hand, and I will just extend my left leg, move a little bit to warm your leg, and then slowly, when you feel ready, gently place your left foot, your left leg on the mat, flat on the mat. And this is lizard pose with blocks. So there is less pressure, and it's easier this way because we have more space and the upper body is not down, so there is less pressure here in the hip, but this is still a nice stretch. So try your best to keep the knee aligned and avoid, you can do it, you can open your knee if you want a deeper stretch, but if you don't, and if you really want to focus on your left side of the body, then just keep your knee really straight, pointing to the top of the mat. And let's change side. So I have the blocks, hands on the blocks. I'm starting in a tabletop position, and I will place my left foot this time outside the left hand, and just move a little bit forward and back to warm my leg, and then I will place my leg on the mat. So this is lizard with blocks. I really recommend you, if you are a super beginner, to use this technique to start with, and then when you feel pretty comfortable, then you can remove the blocks and take the lizard without the blocks. Let's try another one. So this is the third pose, and this is a pose that we use to strengthen the core. So you can have your blocks on this setting or this. Choose what you prefer. I will demonstrate with both. We will really extend the legs and engage the legs. And what we will do is that we will press on the hands on the blocks to lift the hips back, and then maybe we can lift the whole feet and legs at the same time, and you will feel the burn in your abs. So if you are looking for a core workout, then I really recommend you to start with 5 every morning or every day when you can. Do 5 of these and you will see the difference in your abs. I will demonstrate with this setting, so you can also practice this one. Try this one, try any setting that you want. You can also try the highest setting. I think it's a little bit too high for me. So with the lowest setting, press your hands, lift your butt up and lift your legs and stay and release. So as I said, start with 1 and then build up 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want, you can go to 10. It's pretty intense, so I recommend 5 every day, and see your abs getting stronger and better. So this was the third pose that we can do with blocks. We can do a lot of poses with blocks, but we will see 5 poses for today. And the next pose that we will practice today with the blocks is pigeon pose. So, how to do a pigeon pose with a block? Normally for pigeon pose, I will start with the right side in front. So I would place, when I do pigeon, I'm just placing my right leg, my right knee and right foot parallel to the top of the mat. But you don't have to. You can have your foot really close to your hip bone. If your left leg is not on the mat, doesn't touch the mat, you can use, to start with, a block under your butt here to make it easier. So here I'm doing the pigeon with a block under my right butt, and there is less tension when I do that, of course. I don't have the deeper, the really intense stretch that I have when I don't use block. But what I can do, what the block allows me to do, it allows me to have the right position, which means that my hips are really squared and I can focus on the alignment for now, because I don't have the mobility for now to do the pose correctly. So if I don't have the mobility to do the pose correctly and I work without a block, I will end up this way. And this pose is not a correct pigeon pose because my hips are open means that my hip bones are facing the side of the mat, and what I want my hip bones to be facing the top of the mat. And when I don't have the mobility, the body has a tendency to open. So by using a block under my right leg, it allows me to really position my body correctly, so I can work on my alignment first, and then I can build up the mobility. Day by day I will be more mobile, and then I will be able to remove the block and sit on the mat without having to open my body and then do a weird king pigeon pose like this one, or being this way, because this is I can't even do it, because this pose is really wrong and it's really painful for the legs. So let's do the left side with a block. We start by putting the block close to the leg, so I can grab it easy. When I place my left knee in front, I just can place the block under my butt and then try to find the correct alignment and stay here. You can also stay here, and it's really easy to get a good alignment. Here the alignment is perfect. My hips are facing the top of the mat, and I can really focus on stretching my hips, and then day by day I will be more mobile, and I will be able to remove the block, and I will be able to do a mermaid pose or any kind of poses, king pigeon, queen pigeon, with the perfect alignment. So now let's work on the last pose, which is bridge pose with the blocks. So this is a back bending pose. So for that, we will be laying on the mat. So I have my back on the mat, and for bridge pose, I can use 1 or 2 blocks. I will use 1 block, and I can place a block just on my lower back. Here, open your feet, hips width apart, and really try to lift your hips from here. So this is the first step. First step, we are kind of getting used to the back bend. That's why we use the block under the, I would say, lumbar spine, and you can lift. So of course, if you feel that you can go up, then you change the setting. And here I have my lower back on the highest setting. I'm lifting my arms so you can see, and from here I can stay here, and I teach my body to get used to have the chin tucked on the chest and really the back arched. So start with the lower setting and then build up from here. We start from the lower setting and we lift and down, and 2, and down, and 3, and down. And then you will notice that after a while you will be able to really lift your hips up and really arch your spine, and then you will be able to go on the highest setting and stay. And the next step after the bridge is bridge pose. So let's relax a little bit, open your legs. You can stay here as much as you want, and you can try all the poses I showed you as much as you want, as many times as you want. let's take a last stretch and I'll meet you for the end of the class. So this was your short, quick class to learn how to do some poses with blocks. I will do other classes with other poses that we can do with the blocks. I really hope you liked it and I can't wait to see you at the next one.